All right, so I am at my tiny mobile home episode number 5,000, I guess. I'm just kidding. So the funny thing is this mobile home, the wall is very thin. As you can see, it's very like it's wood. The old owner of this property that I bought from was an elderly lady, and apparently she likes to put holes on the wall. Um, Basically, she had holes everywhere, and I see all that patches. I need to sand it down so I can repaint it, repaint the entire wall. Because when you do the wood filler, which is this is what I use, it's called plastic wood filler. Any so it's actually very interesting. It is pink like the cap, and it dries tan color. But apparently, because she has so many holes in the wall, I have to actually goes in and sand the texture down. So yesterday I applied the paste, so now I have to go in with a sand paper and sand it down. Do not ask me why there are so many holes, but it's really interesting that there are literally holes everywhere. It took me so long to actually get all these holes covered up. And I have a few friends who are realtors, and they said you should never buy this property because not only that it's old and broken, but it needs a lot of work. I bought it for the fact that it is close to my child's school, and also I bought it because I don't mind doing the work, and the monthly rent, it's okay. It's expensive comparing to other area, but basically, I was okay with the monthly space rent, so that's why I purchased it. As you can see, that the paste, it doesn't really dry evenly, so you have to prep the wall before you actually go in and paint it. With that being said, this is just one area. I've actually had saved um, a couple of holes here that she had drilled in. This is like it helps hold the screw into place because the wall is so thin, but also because the wall is so thin, should not ever have so many holes in the first place. So coming to the house is a little bit messy because I'm still doing work in the house. But as you can see here, that this wall here in the living room area, she have had holes after holes after holes after holes after holes, and it's everywhere. So um I had went around the house, of course, and work on a few walls just so I can make sure that I can patch it and dry it, and then work on the painting perhaps tomorrow or 2 or 3 days later after sanding down the residue here. But basically, it is very messy. As you can see, I have construction um, paper and everything all over the place because I'm actively coming in here just to work on remodeling it. Now, and the few things that I need or essential is being able to do my laundry while I work. Okay, so with this, it's very simple. You can take a crowbar, you can take um, a wrench, but I tend to, because the wall is thin, I tend to just take it out with my bare hand and trying to make wiggle its way out because I don't want to damage um, See, I don't want to damage the thin wood. I've thought about replacing the entire wall for the entire house, as I had done for the bedrooms. It's just rather expensive, and also I don't intend to stay in this particular house for a long time. So I don't want to spend I don't want to spend a lot of money on home improvement. I'd rather do some of it myself. So basically, I probably need to get something else to pull it out. But as you can see, the hole is that pops out. As you can see, the hole is very big. So when you put the wood filler in, it will need to have like a couple of coats in order for it to make it stay. Otherwise, it's just gonna sink in. And again, I am filming with one hand in, one hand working, so it may be a little bit shaky, but it's all right. Yeah, so I really don't like what she did. If you're renting or if you're living in any area in a house, don't put holes all over your wall. I mean, why do you have so much holes? Like, are you obsessed with holes or something? Like, can somebody explain to me why in the world would you have holes after holes after holes? Another thing is that there are screws going left, right, everywhere. It's just crazy. So I guess I got lucky with this one, because when you put the screw in and put it into the wall, this little thingy here supposed to pop out, and it contract, and it held onto the wall nicely, and it keeps whatever you're trying to screw and hang up onto the wall. But apparently this one didn't really work, so basically she just make extra work for whoever. Well, I guess this case is me. So it's hard for me to do it with just, and the same goes for this one. So basically she just poke this into the wall without putting, and she has 4 without having to put anything or screwed anything in. Why are you doing this? Like, so yeah, this is so again, if you're renting or own your own house, only for hanging pictures and decorations shall you put holes in your wall. Don't just randomly putting holes in the wall. Okay, so I got lucky with 3. It did not open up on the inside of the wall, but the 4th one, after prying it with the crowbar down there and with the plier, the outer shell broke, and it also ruined part of the wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna poke it inside and basically just patch it over with the plastic wood X that I showed you a while ago. So there you go. You got 4 gigantic holes for absolutely nothing wasted. If the hole is bigger than this, you might want to tape it with some masking with like tape, the sealant tape that Home Depot sell. But I actually did not buy that tape, so I'm just gonna wing it until I make it. Here is what it looks like. It's pretty pink, and just paste some of it over the hole. And you just have to work your way in making it smooth. And the goal is to make this hole disappear. Once it will take a day or overnight to dry. When it's dry, sand it down and then prep the wall for painting. And that's pretty much what I have to do. So sometime you have to go back and do it when it dries, because when it dries, if the hole is too big, then it will have like a dent like that. Then you know to go back again and just pasture it in. So like this one, that was a big hole too. Just have to go in again. And then once it's dry, you can just sand it down. So just go in like that. So unless you have to make holes in the wall, once you make the hole in the wall, patch it up. See? Just go in lightly and just when it dry, it will probably make another dent, so you just have to go over it again and make sure that the hole disappear. It's not perfect, but it works. Like that. Go in and smooth it out. There. And when it dries, just sand it down. See, the hole still wanted to show up, so you just play with it a little bit and cover it up. Cover it up as much as you can. Yep. So again, number one thing is avoid making holes in the first place. It's like she drilled a hole, she put the anchor in, and then she did nothing with it. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright. Okay, so there we go. this one is not perfect. Let's go in again and cover it up. Perfect. Once it dried, it will turn brown, and then just go over with the sandpaper and then wipe it down a little bit and then paint over it.